A bond sounds complicated, but it's really just a loan. Imagine your friend asks to borrow $10 from you. They say, "Give me $10 today. I'll pay you a little extra for letting me borrow it, and next Friday I'll give you your $10 back." You might write that promise down on a piece of paper. A bond works almost the same way. Except instead of lending $10 to your friend, you're lending money to a company or a government. They promise to pay you interest for using your money, and on a specific date, they promise to give your original money back. That's a bond. How does it work? Imagine the US government needs money to build roads. It can borrow money from investors. You lend the government $1,000. In return, it gives you a bond. That bond is basically a written agreement saying, "You lent us $1,000. We'll pay you interest while we use it, and on this date, we'll give your $1,000 back." Companies can issue bonds too. So when you buy a bond, you are lending money. The company or government is the borrower. And this is the big difference between a bond and a stock. When you buy a stock, you own a small piece of a company. When you buy a bond, you do not own the company. The company owes you money. 3 numbers matter most. 1. Face value. This is the amount the borrower promises to give back to you at the end. For example, $1,000. 2. The coupon rate. This tells you how much interest the bond pays. If a $1,000 bond has a 5% coupon rate, it pays $50 per year. 3. The maturity date. This is the date the loan ends. If the bond matures in 10 years, the borrower pays you interest during those years. At the end of the 10 years, they return the $1,000 face value, assuming they are able to repay it. But bond prices can change. You don't always have to hold a bond until it matures. Bonds can be bought and sold between investors, and their prices can move. Here's the simplest way to understand why. Imagine your bond pays 5% interest. Then new bonds come out, paying 7%. Why would someone pay full price for your 5% bond when they can buy a new one paying 7%? So your bond becomes less attractive, and its price usually falls. The opposite happens when interest rates fall. So remember, interest rates go up means existing bond prices generally go down. Are bonds safe? Not always. Remember, a bond is a loan, and whenever you lend someone money, there is a chance they cannot pay you back. That is called default risk. A borrower that looks riskier will usually have to offer investors more interest to convince them to lend money. So a bond paying a very high interest rate is not automatically better. It may be paying more because there is more risk. The easiest way to remember bonds: a stock says, "I own part of this company." A bond says, "This company or government owes me money." You lend them money. They pay you interest. And when the bond reaches its maturity date, they are supposed to return the amount they borrowed. That's a bond.